I realized something was off the moment her laughter didn't sound like her anymore. It was a Friday night, one of those company gatherings she attended every few months. Jenna had insisted I come along this time, saying it would be good for us to show up together. I agreed, thinking maybe she actually wanted to reconnect. Lately, she had been distant, her attention glued to her phone more than to me. Too tired for conversation, too busy for date nights. The house was already buzzing when we arrived, warm light spilling across the lawn, glasses clinking, music humming beneath the chatter. I poured myself a drink, trying to shake the tight knot in my stomach. Jenna slipped into the crowd like water through my fingers. I told myself not to be that guy, the jealous husband hovering on the edges of her life. I mingled, I smiled, I laughed at the right moments. But the knot never eased. It sat heavy, gnawing at my patience. Then I heard it, that laugh, high-pitched, breathless, the one she used to reserve for me in the early days of dating. I followed the sound and saw her, half hidden behind the glass doors leading to the patio, her hand resting on another man's chest as he leaned in close. He whispered in her ear, his thumb tracing circles on her wrist. I froze, watching the way her lips parted slightly, the way her fingers didn't pull away. My drink suddenly tasted metallic. "Hey, you all right?" A co-worker brushed past me, oblivious to the storm raging in my chest. I didn't answer. I couldn't. I just turned and walked through the crowd, leaving the house behind. The night air was sharp and biting. My hand shook as I unlocked the car. I didn't text her. I didn't call. I didn't want a scene, not with everyone watching. The drive home was a blur. Headlights slicing through empty streets. Her laughter seared into my memory. I sat in the dark living room for hours, staring at the wall, trying to make sense of what I had seen. Was it just a moment? Was it something deeper? How long had this been going on? By 2 a.m., I had made my decision. I wouldn't beg for answers. If she wanted to destroy what we had, she could do it alone. I locked the bedroom door from my side and lay awake, listening to the clock crawl toward morning. She stumbled in at 3:15 a.m. I heard her heels clatter against the hardwood, the soft curse as she kicked them off. No bedroom door opened, just the quiet shuffle of her moving around in the kitchen, the faint click of a cabinet closing. At 7:30, there was a knock. "Daniel," her voice small, shaky. "Can we talk?" I didn't answer. The knock came again, more urgent. "Please, open the door." I rose slowly, opening it just enough to meet her eyes. Bloodshot, mascara smeared. "You left without telling me," she whispered. I stared. Should I have stayed? She flinched, her mouth opening and closing as though the words wouldn't come. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me what I think, Jenna. Enlighten me." Her eyes filled with tears. "It was just a conversation." With your hand on his chest, he palmed. "Daniel, I swear I don't want to talk about it now." I kept my voice calm, too calm. I stepped past her to make coffee. My hands no longer shook. They were steady, cold. She followed me into the kitchen, twisting her fingers like a child caught stealing. I drank too much. He was being friendly. Friendly? I repeated. "Is that what we call it now?" Her breath hitched. "You don't understand." "I understand enough," I said, turning to face her fully. I stood there, Jenna. That broke her. Her shoulders slumped, leaning against the counter as if her legs had betrayed her. "I messed up. Is that all it was?" I asked quietly. "A mess up?" Her silence was answer enough. The rest of the morning unfolded in tense, halting fragments. She tried to explain, insisted it was a mistake, that nothing happened. I asked if it was the first time. She hesitated just long enough for me to know the truth. Was he worth it? I finally asked. Tears spilled down her cheeks. "No, it wasn't like that. I don't even like him that way. I felt invisible lately, Daniel. That cut deeper than anything. Invisible. After all I had done to hold us together. The late nights, the weekend sacrifice to build a future. She called herself invisible. You felt invisible. So you reached for the first hands that made you feel seen. Her sob was all the answer I needed. By afternoon, she was a wreck, pacing the kitchen, calling her sister, hanging up before connecting. She tried once to touch my hand. I pulled away. Don't, I said simply. Not now. We skipped lunch. Words were scarce. I sat at the table, reading emails that made no sense to my fog mind, while she curled up on the couch like a scolded child. The weight of her betrayal pressed against every wall of our home. Night fell, and I still hadn't decided what came next. Divorce, counseling, silence. I didn't know if anything could be salvaged. Around 10 p.m., she finally broke. She knelt beside me, clutching my hands with desperate fingers. Please, Daniel, please don't leave me. Her voice cracked. I don't want him, she whispered. I don't want anyone else. I was drunk. I was stupid. I wanted attention. God, I hate myself for it. I looked at her, really looked, and saw the woman I had fallen in love with trembling under the weight of her own choices. Betrayal doesn't always arrive with malice. Sometimes it's just weakness, stupid, selfish weakness, but it still shatters you. I'm not deciding tonight, I said finally. I need space. She nodded, tears dripping onto my hands. I'll do anything. Please don't give up on us. I gently freed my hands and walked upstairs without another word. The following days blurred, quiet meals, unspoken words. I moved into the guest room. She started therapy. I began journaling, something I hadn't done in years. 6 weeks in, some mornings I wake almost forgetting. Almost. Other mornings, the image hits me again. Her with him. Fingers lingering on his chest like they once lingered on mine. She's trying. I'll give her that. Social media deleted. Contact cut off. Counseling sessions scheduled. But trust doesn't regrow overnight. It grows back crooked, if at all. Last night, she asked if I still loved her. I didn't answer right away. I stared at the ceiling, listening to the rain. I don't know, I said finally. I love the woman I married. I don't know if she's still you. She cried herself to sleep beside me. I lay awake, realizing some betrayals aren't meant to be forgiven, only survived. By morning, she had broken down completely, not just from guilt, but from the weight of reality. Love isn't a safety net you can fall through without tearing holes. Once trust cracks, even if you press it back together, the lines remain. I haven't decided what comes next, but I know this. The man I was before that party is gone. Whatever happens, stay or part, it will be built on truth, not illusions. I'd rather be alone with honesty than together in betrayal.